Dante Nero is here. Lamont King is here. And Earthquake is in the building. Legendary is his special. So, Earthquake, you went from dropping bombs, nuclear bombs, to comedy. How?
War broke out, and I refused to fight.
Ooh.
So yeah, I told them I don't mind practicing for war, but they was fighting for real, so it was
Yeah.
time to get on.
Y'all want me to
out of there.
actually go? Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I don't mind practicing, but I had to get out. So I went to Atlanta and just started doing comedy and just tried it out.
Wait. I feel like we're missing something. So you just went to Atlanta and just started doing comedy. How does that happen?
Well,
what? Who?
I'm from Washington, D.C., and during that time, you didn't want to go back home. That's just asked to be in illegal pharmaceuticals. So, I saw an article on CNN said the best place for Black men to prosper was Atlanta, Georgia. And so I went. I went and started trying comedy out, and it was just a decision and a better decision that became since.
From what I read, you opened up a club like at the beginning of your career. How did you pull that off? I've always wanted to know that.
Well, what happened was the Comedy Act Theater, which was the legendary club in LA and Atlanta, the owner, Gary Williams, wouldn't let me be on. He wouldn't let me up. So I was doing white clubs all around Coconuts, all those little white clubs, but never doing any Black clubs. So he promised to let me be on one time. He said, I'm going to let you go up. Say I was going to open up for Paul Mooney, the late Paul Mooney, go rest in peace. So I told all the women I'm going to be there. So I come up to the club and he tell me, nah, you ain't on the show. I said, you did tell me I was on the show. Nah, you can't. So I called my mother and she was like, say you wouldn't let me get on. She said, hey, what did I tell you? You can't get mad at nobody for not letting them ride your bike. If you get your own bike, told you that when you was 8 and the same. So if he ain't gonna let you be at your club, his club, you gotta get your own club. I said, Mom, you just can't get a club. She's like, why not? So then I found Gary Abdul, got with him, told him I want to open up a club, and me and him got together and found the investor and went into Uptown, called it Uptown because it was Buckhead. Black people wasn't going to Atlanta during that time. So I said, name it Uptown, don't hang downtown. And that's how we started. And the club is still there today. That was about 30 years ago.
You called your mama. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like the wisdom that you knew she was going to give you. And
no,
she
really,
did.
I thought she was going to give me some sympathy. That's all right. Yeah, baby. But my mother never gave me that kind of love. She never picked me up when I fell. She said, get up. You get what I'm saying? She was that kind of mother. So I thought I was going to get some love. Hey, don't worry about it. He did you wrong and it's going to be all right. Nah, it was like, what you crying for? It ain't yours. You can't get mad for somebody not sharing their thing, even if they promised it to you. You either get your own or do without. And that's how it was.
I love it. What's your mama's name? Because she seems
Gilda,
like she's legendary.
Pearl Stroman and Gilda Twyman. I was my biological mother is Pearl, and the woman who raised me, which is her sister, my aunt, named Gilda Twyman. Rest in peace to both of them.
Yes. When did you know you were funny? I know it was class clown, all of this, but comedy's a different animal.
You were never class. No, I was smart.
Two things could be true, Earthquake, because I was a class clown.
Yeah, but you don't get to stay in class in DC if you talk too much. They throw you out.
Oh no, I got thrown out of class. Yeah. Every class I got thrown out. So I know.
Yes. Once they throw you out, you out. You don't get to come back. You outside in DC once during that time. But no, my family, we come from a funny family. My brothers are more funny than I am. They just don't know how to put the jokes together. Yeah. And I would never show them. So, you know what I mean? It's just that simple.
What did it feel like? I want to talk about the special for a little bit. Two things. Being that close to Dave and Dave shooting, you, Donnell, Tony, the type of look that he's shooting y'all. What do you think? What did it do for you? Like, how did you feel after doing that?
Well, when I got the call, I knew it was career changing. You know what I mean? It was going to get me. I mean, you could sit here and shoot your specials all day long, sell them out your back, out of your trunk like Master P all you want. Very few people get the Master P results. You just shoot it up. I knew when he shot and put his name on it, that it was going to get the recognition and the eyeballs that I knew that needed to be seen, what my fans been seeing for my whole career. So again, it was the first major opportunity that I got, and I knew I had to cash in on it.
What was it like to do it at Ballou? Even though they rebuilt it, but just to be at your old high school.
Well, I mean, I shot it at over in Bethesda. You know, it's the jazz club over there. It's black owned.
Oh, I thought you did it at Ballou.
No, I didn't do it at Ballou. I did it at the jazz club off in Bethesda.
Oh, okay.
And I went up there one time to see my boy Joe Claire perform.
Yeah.
And I said, man, this will be a perfect club to do it because it looked like Harlem Nights and everything.
Yeah.
So when Dave called me and said, hey, man, I'm going to do your special.
Hey,
man. Get you paid. Yeah. He said, when do you want to do it? And I told him I wanted to do it. He said, it's a perfect place. This is where we're going to do it. And that's what we did. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. It was off the chain.
Man,
it changed a lot.
Quake, the special was so dope because I felt like you hit it so like it was there rhythm. Was levels to it.
Yeah.
And every level that you hit, you almost in your mind. I mean, as even looking at it as a comic, I was like, how you gonna take it up another notch? And then you would lull, give them a breather, and then then you pause, you let them settle with it, and then you went up another. And I was like, man, this is one of my top all-time favorite specials. If anybody wants to see how to do a special, that's how you do a special because it's so undeniable and it's so tight. There's so many elements to what you're doing. So many, like it was like Barry White in a full orchestra because there was act outs and material and truth. And I still talk about the special like it gives me chills because I was like, if I ever do a special, I just hope I could get to that level where you just, oh man, it was just so, I still talk about it. I still talk about it all the time.
And that's the best. I love all the other accolades that I get, and please believe me, I got a lot. But the ones that's most gratifying is when it comes from your peers, because we know what is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's certain people that they give it, and we as comedians like, come on, man, that ain't fun. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
You be like, come on, dog. And then to put the pressure on myself, I knew I wanted to be my best because you just can't name a special legendary if it ain't legendary.
Yeah, you better not.
Yo, comedian, like you see this name is legendary. That is legendary.
You better not.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a self-imposed pressure of yourself to meet up to where it had to be, and I knew this was the shot. Bernie told me that a long time ago, God rest his soul, when I going through mine, he said, you're going to be great. But one thing you got to understand, do not be afraid to fail. Do yours. Do it the way you do it, and it's going to be great. But you can't compromise and do it. And I took that with me with it. I remember that, and I said on this one, if I don't get nothing else out of this special, they're going to know how Earthquake tell jokes. This is how I do it. You understand? This is different between me and everybody else. But everybody way of it, but this is how mine's nonstop, content driven, substance and the whole nine, and education at the same time that has to do with my community. You understand? Our perspective of it. This
and
how
then
we do it.
The classicness of just to know, to have the seasoning, to give them a break, to breathe and just settle in it, and then just rev it up another notch. I was like, oh, this is, and then the fact that it was 36 minutes was like, it's done. Like, it was still climbing. I was like, this is, I honestly believe that you might have changed the way people do specials now, because it's interesting because a lot of people are doing shorter specials because of but it was so much meat on the bone, and just you only gave us enough time to breathe and then just start beating us up again. I was like, woof. This was
So,
something else.
Hey, Quake. So early, I want to tell a story real quick. Early in my career, it's about 2005. I went to Cali and got into comedy and was really learning the landscape. And I tell this story a lot. You were one of the first people I saw. We were at the Ha Ha. It was my first week in Cali, and it was an open mic. And the only people in there was comedians. In the middle of the afternoon, it was like 4 in the afternoon, and you came in. You was on the lineup, and you went to work. I think you were talking about going through a divorce, and she was trying to get some money up off you. But I was new to the game, and I was like, wait a minute, big name people literally still work out at open mics.
Yeah. Better work out.
And it opened my eyes to your work ethic. And so to that point, what keeps you motivated?
Survival, bro. I'm from Southeast DC, man. I don't have a plan B. I was blessed enough to get this and humble enough to know, man, there's a lot of people. On my worst day is their best day. And I just be so glad I have never got on stage without thanking God with a note. Thank you for picking me out of all other brothers out of Southeast DC to open my eyes to see all of the things that you have for me if I stay diligent to it. And I will not let you down and not let you down of being appreciative of going there. So when you at there, if you at the open mic at 4 o'clock, believe me, I'm there at 4 o'clock. You understand what I'm saying? Because I cannot allow the gift that God has given me to be taken for granted that I'm entitled to it, because there's so many other people that are funnier than me, that I know that has prayed more than me, that mother and father has, and for some reason God has answered mine, and I'm not gonna never let them think that I take it for granted. So it's always been appreciative. And you from DC, you can just drive through our city and you can see a lot of people that look like us, but ain't us, that had on hard times. And it's just the choices and the vision and the humbling and the grace of God that it ain't us. So, you know, that stays with me, and it would always will, period.
With this special being as tight as it is, and we're talking with the legendary Earthquake about Legendary on Netflix, what didn't make it? What did you cut out? Give us a joke.
No, what was so funny about it? I had an hour. Dave said, Quake, you don't need an hour.
Wow.
People do hours such as me, the rest of it, this was Dave. You can put the way you do and compact of everything, what you do, 30 minutes, 37 minutes is an hour for everybody else. Trust me. I said, okay. So we didn't cut the special you seen right there.
That was it.
Cut anything. I did it on the first take off of it. He said the other one, he just wanted to put it in the can. He stopped it at 36 minutes and said it was it. I said, you sure, man? I want to do the hour. He said, you know, trust me.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm telling you, he was I know what I'm talking about. And now he done set a precedence now. I mean, now that I will never do nothing more than 36 minutes. I don't need more than 36 minutes. I'm not going to do an hour for anybody. I don't need to do an hour for anybody.
Oh, that's heavy.
I'm 36 minutes on it. Everybody else can do an hour. You will get mine in a compact the way I do it in 36 minutes.
I love it. All right. So Quake, you're still out there doing your thing. Of course, you're on Sirius XM, Kevin Hart on his network, Tuesday through Friday. What are you working through now? What are you working on?
I just finish doing a movie with Jerry Seinfeld. Just did a movie. Another movie. I'm doing movies on there. I'm developing my own TV show that's going to be on the network with.
Wait, did this come out of Legendary?
Yeah.
I was negotiating it before Legendary. Then when Legendary hit, it got me. It took me all the way up there.
I love it.
I just finished doing a European tour with Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock. We did Liverpool, London, Afghanistan. Amsterdam. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Amsterdam.
They're very similar. Very close to each other. Yeah,
Amsterdam. Really. We finish it up, and I'm gonna do a TV show. I'm gonna do another movie, and I'm gonna drop a book. Yeah.
You
All
already
my
got your
life.
publisher and everything?
Oh, here it is.
We're
Yeah.
negotiating it
No, he was
now.
asking.
I'm sitting it down with my with the publisher now, and I'm looking over the deal for which one I'm gonna accept for my book about my
Come
Look at
to
life
he
death
got
row.
and those
options.
things.
Look
Come
at
to
that.
death row.
Come
I
to
want your
death row.
publisher all in the pages.
Oh, shit.
Come to death row.
come to death row. But that's what I'm
Love it.
doing now. You know.
Oh, well, listen, when all of these things happen, you have an open seat to come back and let's talk about it when they all pop and drop, because you, sir, have laid the blueprint for everything that comes next. And we appreciate your
And
mastery.
and I don't know
What?
if you know Earthquake, but this particular show that you're on right now goes on the road. So maybe
Oh,
one
yes.
day, if you're in the same city that we're
Yes.
in, we can make something happen. You know what I mean?
I ain't want to even
Oh.
go there. We do Foolishness Friday Live, which is a special event. I think we're almost sold out. We're coming to DC, the DC winery in November 6th. Somebody in the Nubia chat was like, tell Dante you got your own special. I was like, no, I actually agree. Legendary is the blueprint. Foolishness Friday Live is special. It's special, but that's us. Yeah, and there's always room. We do have a trigger warning. But yes, we
I
would
got it.
love to
I
have
got
you.
it. It would never happen again. We'll take you to trigger warning.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate it.
I'll be glad to anytime to play with y'all. The schedule together and we'll do it. I look forward to it. You know anything about me, I love for passing it on, and my presence, just like it is here, just a phone call away. Sister, I will always support you because you're a Black woman, and I'm always a phone call from you. Just give me a call. Anything I have, we'll be good with it.
All right. Well, hold on. We're going to a break. Lamont, I'm gonna put Lamont on it. 866-801-8255. You ain't getting out of here. You ain't getting out of here, Earthquake, because you said it. We love you, Earthquake. Check him out on Kevin Hart's Laugh Out. What is it? Laugh Out Loud? Yes.
Laugh Out Loud Radio,
yes.
Channel 96. It's called Quake House. Kick it to my house till you get to your house.
I love it.